Alright, how we doing, people? It's your main man, Big Mace, coming at you with another video. It's been a hot minute since the last one. I think it's been, what, like 8-9 months, something like that. Hey, so straight off the rip, my bad. It's just been busy as hell for me. The holidays, stuff going on at work, like pretty much my whole summer was shot. Had a whole bunch of stuff happen at work that caused me to have to do a lot of extra hours and whatnot. And so I wasn't able to commit to making a video. I tried, but I just didn't have the time to really bring it to y'all. So first off, I want to address a couple of things that came up on the channel, like a couple of comments that was made. A couple of cats just had a lot of negative stuff to say. Again, since the last video, again, more and more negative comments about, you know, how people are going to get killed listening to me and, you know, whatever, and all the other stuff. I'm not even going to give that shit right there too much emphasis or even really comment on it too much, other than to say, if you don't like the content, don't watch the fucking videos, and there's a dislike button, just hit that motherfucker and keep it moving. If you want to comment, by all means do so, but from here on out, I'm gonna pretty much stay away from addressing the negative shit. It don't even fucking matter to me. It's like I've been saying, everything I put out is just my opinion based on the experiences I've had. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling nobody to get out here, jump on a freaking super bike, leader bike, or whatever you want to call it, and you know, without any real experience or whatever, and tell them they're gonna be safe and successful with it. All I'm saying is you can do it if you're willing to understand, you know, that you gotta respect the machine. It's a lot of power, and you gotta take your time. If you're out here trying to ride with homies that's been riding forever and a day or whatever, and they do all kind of extra shit, you know, wheelies and endos and taking corners at 80, 90 miles an hour, you know, you wanna do that kind of shit, you're probably gonna get fucking hurt if you don't know how to ride. All right, so like I said before, I'm not sitting here speaking like I'm just some fucking expert. I still consider myself a novice, even after well over a year riding. But what I'm telling you is that my shit that I'm putting out are the experiences I had, you know what I'm saying? And the main point to take from all of it is, if you could, you know, take your time and be safe with it, you know, and understand that you got to respect the machine and all that, and that you can't just get out here and just rip and run like you want to right out the bat, you're going to be fine. So enough on that. Another comment that came up, where a couple of cats hit me up about, you know, videoing some of my rides and GoProing it up and all the other stuff. I got a GoPro. Actually, I got two. But the thing with the GoPros is, you know, I'm not really about riding with GoPros and all that other stuff just to show you guys how I ride. Am I going to get on there at some point and do a video with a little bit of me riding? Absolutely. In fact, I'll probably do something hopefully next month. I ain't gonna commit to that 100%. I'm just gonna say that's the plan right now, is to try to do a GoPro ride next month, something short, just so you guys can see how I ride and how I get down and whatnot. But other than that, I'm not gonna be doing that stuff on the reg. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my thing. For me, when I ride, I like to ride safe. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if I'm riding around talking to y'all, you know, and trying to put out content, am I really watching the road like that? Now, there's a lot of cats out there that do that. My bad, gotta keep the black lit. There's a lot of cats out there that do that, but that's just not my thing, man. I mean, I prefer to just pay attention to the road and all the other shit. Where I'm at out here in Florida, it's a lot of old motherfuckers, and they don't be paying attention to shit. And I'm not trying to fuck around and hit somebody or get hit by somebody because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, because I was trying to make comments. But I will post some video of me riding. There probably won't be any audio unless I do like a voiceover or something like that. But I will post something where I'm actually riding, so you guys can just kind of see how I ride. And you know, other than that, yeah. But back to the main thing, man. Last video I talked about how I was gonna comment on the biker thing, you know, doing the biker wave and all that other stuff when you're out there riding around. So just to recap that a little bit, since that time, it's been the same shit, man. When I'm out there riding, I pass a sport bike. 100% of the time, damn near, I get the deuces from them. You know, they throw the hand up or whatever, I throw the hand up back. Don't matter who do it first and all that other dumb shit. But for some reason, with the Harley riders, all the cruiser guys, it could be like, you know, I say out of 10, maybe like 7, 6. I say like 5 of them, really. About 5 out of 10 will probably fucking wave. I haven't figured that out yet as far as what that all is about. Like I said, I still consider myself a novice rider, so maybe it's some shit that I just don't fucking know that some of you cats could put me on the game with. Like, what's the deal? I mean, if you're a sport bike rider, you're a Harley rider, cruiser, whatever the fuck, dirt bike, I don't fucking care. If you want tools, to me, you're a biker. So I'm automatically throw the deuces. Hell, I even throw the deuces to the dudes on the trikes and the cam spiders and all that. I mean, respect. You know what I'm saying? We all out there riding, definitely with a lot less protection than anybody that's in a fucking cage. And it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And for what I've learned so far riding, you know, and meeting people and whatnot, it's kind of like a real tight-knit community. Most bikers and shit, you know, they see you got a bike, regardless of what kind of bike you got. You know, they come up and comment on it or ask you how long you've been riding, or, you know, we just started talking shit. It's a lot of banter back and forth about engines and different bikes and modifications you can do and all that other stuff. And I don't understand what's the problem when I get out on the road and I see these Harley dudes, you know what I'm saying? The interaction with them is not the same, whether we talking about just riding and getting the wave as I pass them, or even when I park next to some or see some somewhere. I'll give you for instance. So about, shit. This was during the summer, man. One of the few times I did ride. I want to say it was probably like June or some shit, June or July. I was out at the outlet mall, right? Outdoor mall and whatnot, and I found me a little parking spot. And I'm always respectful when I park my bike in spots and shit. You know, I try to park in such a way that if another biker was to pull up, they would have room to park there too. I don't know if that's an unspoken rule or what the fuck, but to me that's just common courtesy because there's a lot of bikers out there. So anyway, long story short, I parked my shit, and when I parked, two Harley dudes rolled up. There happened to be a space next to me, and one dude pulled into the space next to me, the other dude pulled up right next to me and shit. I'm getting off my bike, and you know, he said, "Oh yeah, that's a nice bike, man. I appreciate it. You know, yours is nice too." He that's one of them Harleys, chromed out and shit with the baggers or whatever. I think it's called a bagger, some shit. But anyway, so as I was fucking putting my helmet up and shit about to walk off, he said some slick ass comment about something about he wouldn't want to ride with his ass out or some shit, man. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. To me, I took it as he was trying to say some shit like, you know, because, you know, as a sport bike rider, when we go into a tuck or whatever, you know, sometimes your shirt will flap up a little bit. I mean, if you ain't wearing your pants all the way up, maybe your ass is showing. I don't know. My ass don't show when I ride, from what I can tell anyway. But anyway, so said something slick, man. So I just fucking ignored the motherfucker and just kept it moving. And he was probably just joking. I don't know, whatever. But I mean, I didn't really appreciate the slick ass comment because the tone is what I took from it. It wasn't so much what he said. Like I said, I barely even remember what the fuck it was he said. It was the tone. It was a condescending tone. I knew it was something behind the shit. You know what I mean? So, and I found that with a few other of the older guys, especially with the Harley bikes and shit like that, and the cruisers. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Harley bikes or what's them other shits, Victories or whatever you ride. You know, I don't really fucking care, because my thing is, if you on twos, you on twos. You ride what you like to ride. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for the cruisers right now. Maybe I'll get into them another time. But right now, I prefer to be on a sport bike. I like going fast. I like taking corners. You know, I like doing shit that I find fun to me. And I'm sure you can do the same shit in the cruiser. I just like the sport bike look, and I like the ride of it. So anyway, I'm just trying to figure out, maybe y'all can shed some light on this shit for me, man. Is there something I just don't fucking know? Like, is there something about, if me riding a sport bike, if I'm riding a sport bike, that I'm looked at as less than by like the Harley community and shit like that? Like, is there some reason that we don't all have love? Because don't get me wrong, I've had plenty of cats on fucking Harleys and shit still be cool about shit too. You know, there's even a biker club around here that's pretty much strictly a fucking, well, no, I wouldn't say strictly a Harley club, but there's a bunch of guys with cruisers, Harley type bikes and shit like that hang out at this spot. And you know, I've been welcomed out there plenty of times on my sport bike. You know, we chop it up back and forth. The guys be talking about their bikes and shit they doing to them and stuff. And you know, I talk about my bike and things I want to do to it and shit and all that other stuff. But I'm just trying to figure out, people, like, maybe y'all got some kind of fucking insight on that shit as to what's the deal. If there's any Harley riders out there that watch this, or cruiser bikes or whatever, just please let me know, because I'm just trying to figure out what's the deal. Because like I said, I respect everybody. I don't really give two shits what bike you ride. You know what I'm saying? If you riding and having a good time, I'm all about that shit. So if y'all got some comments, some thoughts on it, please hit the page up, throw something on there, give me some feedback. I'm looking for some back and forth banter, you know, just trying to figure out, am I crazy, or do other bikers experience something similar? You know what I mean? Because like I said, 5 out of 10 might wave to me and shit. And I find usually the older guys are the ones that don't. And I know some of us out here on the sport bikes be doing dumb shit. You know, fucking, we call that, like, out there fucking lane splitting and shit, which is illegal here, from my understanding. Or fucking, you know, riding hard and shit around, like, heavy traffic and shit, zipping in and out. endos and wheelies and shit on the highway. Like, I got it. Some people do stupid shit. But if it's like some shit where it's like a whole goddamn genre of people that ride certain types of bikes don't like another genre of people that ride certain types of bikes, that shit's kind of dumb, people, to me. I mean, because at the end of the day, you know, any one of us can fall off our shit, get hit, lay that bitch down in the corner, some crazy shit. I've stopped for Harleys before. I was coming across a toll bridge a few months ago, and there was a Harley down at the bottom of the bridge and shit. And he already had people there supporting, but I stopped too, because I'm like, shit, I'm on twos. I'm like, anybody I see on twos, I would stop. Shit, if I got to get wifey to come out with the truck or something and, you know, motherfucking put a trailer on that bitch and haul your shit for you, whatever I got to do, I'm gonna try to look out. You know what I mean? That's just basic common courtesy and just being a good human being in general. But if y'all got some comments on that shit, man, hit me up. Like I said, I'm trying to get back on the game and start fucking putting out videos on a more regular basis. I ain't doing this shit for no other reason. That's just me wanting to get out there and fucking speak on what I know. A couple of cats got on the page and commented that I be putting out real shit. Hey, I appreciate that, because for me it is real. You know, I'm only putting out the shit that I believe and the observations I've had. I'm not trying to convince nobody to believe what I believe or think how I think. Not doing this shit other than as a hobby. You know, it's just me wanting to fucking share knowledge and shit, because that was one of the first things I did when I got my bike. I started watching a lot of videos, and there's a lot of good vloggers out there way better than me. My shit, I just be putting my shit together. These guys got all kinds of high-speed motherfucking content on their shit, and they ride and they talking about shit and all that other stuff. I learned a lot from those guys, so I figure I'll just throw my 2 cents out there, and hopefully it helps somebody, and if it don't, then, well, I tried, you know what I'm saying? So, but hit me up, let me know. Anybody got some suggestions for content? I got a couple other videos planned on a few other things. Please let me know if there's something that y'all want me to speak on. I most definitely will put my big Mace fucking view on it and shit. And the folks that got on there and showed love and support, man, I appreciate you for that. Please continue to watch the videos and look for my next fucking one that comes out. Like I said, if you got something on there that you know, something on your mind or some thoughts for some content that you want me to put out, I most definitely will. Real quick before I get up out of here, I'll just go ahead and show the bike off a little bit again. Bear in mind, I ain't did shit to it still. Still got them stock ass fucking cannon pipes on this motherfucking shit, because I don't ride enough like I want to, you know what I'm saying? Been wanting to get out there and ride more and shit, but it just ain't had the fucking time. But the plan is to go ahead and throw some fucking pipes on this motherfucker. I'm trying to decide if I want to do slip-ons or do a full exhaust. Been looking up some of the specs on some of the exhausts and trying to figure out what kind of horsepower increase can I expect for the, you know, the most bang for my buck, so to speak. I'm not looking to spend fucking $3,000 on pipes, because for those of you that are avid bike enthusiasts and you know, have been customizing your shit or been thinking about customizing your shit, if you've been doing your research, you already know that you can spend a fucking good grip on your shit. And if you don't get the right stuff, you don't get the right manufacturer, the right fucking specification fucking equipment, you wind up paying all these thousands of dollars and getting a five horsepower increase or some shit. So I am definitely looking to increase the horsepower on it, and I'm trying to figure out, like I said, what kind of pipes I want to go with, whether I'm gonna do slip-on or not, or whatnot, because I think there's some other options out there to get more power beyond the exhaust. But I don't know, still a work in progress, man. Hopefully by the next time I post a video, I'll either have some pipes on this motherfucker, because I'm thinking about getting some at the end of this month, or if not, it might be another 2 months or so. But for sure, by the summertime, I'm gonna be riding with something extra. Probably gonna throw some fucking LEDs on this motherfucker and shit, so I can be seen better at night. Just because them shits just look fucking sexy. I seen a booster the other day with some undercarriage lights and shit. It shit was looking kind of clean. Probably gonna swap out the front headlight, go with like one of those fucking not a Zen bowl, but those fucking the cat eye joints, you know what I'm talking about. And then probably get a custom windscreen and a better seat, man. The stock seat, man, that shit's uncomfortable as fuck, man. I mean, I've gotten used to it because I ride enough, or have ridden enough, I guess, to now that it doesn't bother me as much as it did. But I'm definitely looking to get a more comfortable seat. That way, if I take those longer rides, it feels better than it does right now. And that's about it, man. Probably the last thing I'm gonna do to this thing. Fucking all right, now, appreciate you. Probably the last thing I'm gonna do to this thing is fucking shit. Lost my train of thought, man. Somebody just shot at me and shit as they was walking by, or riding by, rather. But anyway, Probably last thing I'm gonna do to this shit is a paint job. Do a custom paint scheme on it and shit. I want to keep it white and black, but just something other than the stock booster shit. And probably gonna cover up some of these ugly ass screws. Like if you look at the fucking, especially like on the handlebars and all that other shit, there's a lot of fucking ugly ass screws. And I found some shit online you can buy to cover those up, make them look a little more sexy, man. But other than that, man, that's about it. Like I said, if you got something on that thing I'm speaking on about the bikers and shit not waving back and all that, please throw something out there to me. Let me know. And if you got other ideas for content for this channel, please hit me up, man. I'm gonna do a better job of getting videos out there. My next one should be probably before the end of the month. And I'm gonna try to post at least some fucking some clips of me riding this shit. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna be too much into that GoPro thing and talking this shit, but I don't mind throwing a GoPro on the helmet and just letting you fucking see me ride a little bit and shit without me really talking so much on it. All right, appreciate you, man. Like the video if you do. If you don't, it's fine to not like it too. You go ahead and hit that fucking thumbs down button on that motherfucker. Leave me a comment or two and let me know what I could do better. And appreciate you, man. Holla.